Libra, dear friend, what you are about to hear is not just another horoscope reading, it is a moment of alignment, a divine crossing where your life's path meets the universe's plan. The main truth I need you to hold on to right from the start is this: in the days ahead, you will witness a sacred turning point. Someone close to you, someone in your family circle, has fulfilled the mission they were meant to complete with you, and they are now stepping onto their next path. This is not an ending in the sense of loss, but a transformation, a release of one chapter so another can fully bloom. It might take the shape of them moving for studies, accepting a new career opportunity, serving in a different capacity, or relocating to a place that will help them grow. You will feel emotion rise, perhaps even tears, but at the heart of it is pride and love, knowing you have equipped them with the strength to walk forward on their own. For Libra, the sign of balance, justice, and harmony, this moment is a divine invitation to practice the highest art of your sign, knowing when to hold on and when to let go. The universe is placing you at a ceremonial threshold, one where your role is both witness and participant. You are being asked to stand in grace, to bless what is departing, and to welcome what is arriving. Here at Zodiac Whisper Tarot, my mission is not only to deliver predictions, but to give you tools that empower you to navigate these cosmic cycles with clarity and faith. This reading will weave together astrology, tarot, numerology, and the law of attraction, anchored in a deep understanding that the Creator's plan for you is always moving toward your highest good. What is revealed today is meant to affirm your own inner wisdom while guiding you toward your next empowered choice. In the days ahead, you may also receive a sign of confirmation, a message, document, or opportunity that validates something you have been waiting for. It could be an official letter, an email, a call, or a green light on a project that has felt stalled. This confirmation is not random. It is the universe's way of saying, it is time. Paired with the shift in your family dynamic, this is the energetic opening for you to step into your own next chapter. There may be unexpected adjustments, sudden changes to plans, or decisions that arrive without much warning. Do not let these unsettle you. In truth, they are alignment points, small course corrections to bring your inner and outer life back into balance. This is your opportunity to refine, to bring more honesty and structure into your commitments, to ensure that the next stage of your journey is built on both beauty and integrity. Through it all, remember, you have agency. You are not simply at the mercy of fate, you are an active co-creator. The emotions you feel, the perspective you choose, and the gratitude you practice will shape how this transition unfolds. Gratitude, especially before receiving, is a powerful signal to the universe that you are ready. If you can, take a moment to write down 3 things you are calling in known for your personal life, 1 for your work or finances, and 1 for your family. Write them as if they have already happened. Sign your name with the affirmation, I trust the plan of God. Before we go deeper, I want to pause and thank you for being here. Your presence, your time, and your engagement mean more than you know. Every like, every comment, every subscription strengthens this community and allows me to continue bringing these transformative messages to you. I am grateful from the depths of my heart for your trust and your openness. And I encourage you to confirm your connection to today's message by commenting below with the words, I am ready to receive what the universe has for me. Your voice matters here, and your energy adds to the power of what we are creating together. Stay with me until the very end, Libra, because what the universe is revealing in this reading is not only profound, it is timed perfectly for you. This is your moment of sacred transition, and the clarity you gain today can set the tone for everything that comes next. Now, let us step forward together into what is waiting for you. It often begins quietly, almost imperceptibly, like the way dawn slowly turns the horizon from darkness to light. These 3 energetic shifts for Libra are not random occurrences. They are synchronized movements in the greater rhythm of your life. When they arrive, they will seem to fit together like pieces of a pattern you didn't realize you were weaving. The first is the gentle release, what I call the soft cut. This is the moment when something that has lingered too long, perhaps a habit that once served you but now weighs you down, finally loosens its grip. It may be a fear that's kept you from stepping into your full potential, or an attachment that's been comforting yet limiting. The essence here is not loss but preparation. Just as a gardener trims branches to let sunlight nourish the new growth, this release creates space for what is ready to flourish. In tarot, the death card paired with the imagery of dawn is a perfect metaphor. Death is not an end in the way our human minds often frame it. It's a change of form, a rebirth disguised as closure. The light on the horizon is the promise that whatever is removed now will be replaced by something aligned with the person you are becoming. You're not being asked to let go without resonnerie being prepared to receive in a way you couldn't have before. The second movement is the confirmation. Imagine the feeling of hearing your name called unexpectedly, and realizing it's because an opportunity you have been hoping for has finally found you. This could be a letter in the mail, an email, a formal agreement, or an acceptance into something you've been waiting on. It may be subtly no fireworks, no loud announcements, but it will carry the unmistakable sense that the universe has noticed your effort and is now responding. This is the moment to stand tall, even in private, and acknowledge your worth. The challenge for Libra is not just to receive, but to fully believe that you are worthy of what arrives. Too often, you weigh and measure yourself against others, but this energy asks you to simply accept, this is mine. I have earned it. Then comes the movement that touches the heart most deeply, the destined shift of someone close to you. It may be a family member leaving to pursue studies, taking a new job in a different city, or returning home after being away. In any form, their movement alters your landscape. You may feel the bittersweet pull of both pride and longing, pride in their courage, longing for the comfort of their presence. This shift is not just theirs, it ripples into your life as well, inviting you to adjust, to grow alongside them in spirit even if you are no longer side by side. Growth often requires physical or emotional space, and this is a gentle reminder that love is not diminished by distance, it can be deepened by it. What ties these 3 threads together is the underlying call to trust the unfolding. Every cutback in the garden of your life makes room for healthier branches. Every confirmation that arrives is an affirmation that your actions and intentions have been in harmony with your path. Every departure or arrival is part of the choreography of your connections, ensuring that each person plays their part in your evolution. There is also a quiet discipline being asked of you. Notice your responses. When something is removed, resist the urge to immediately fill the space with the familiar. Let there be a pause. When the confirmation arrives, practice gratitude before you rush to the next goal. When someone moves on or returns, meet them with openness rather than fear of change. These are the subtle ways you align your inner balance with the outer movements. Life in its busiest seasons can make it hard to see the purpose behind the shifts. But even in the busiest days, you can choose to plant small seeds of awareness, moments when you remind yourself that timing has a logic, that not every change needs immediate understanding. This patience, this willingness to move with the rhythm rather than against it, will turn these three energies into lasting foundations for your next chapter. There is a particular kind of clarity that comes when the archetype of justice becomes active in your life. For Libra, this is not an abstract idea, it is a lived experience where both your inner compass and the outer circumstances around you align to reveal truth, fairness, and well-earned recognition. Justice is not simply about receiving what you believe you deserve, it is about the precision of balance, the careful weighing of intention and action, and the willingness to see situations as they are without distortion. When this archetype steps forward, you are being trusted with the sword of truth, the tool that cuts through confusion, and the laurel wreath of recognition, a sign that your past efforts are now ready to bear fruit. The influence of Venus, your ruling planet, brings a softer, more artful dimension to this moment. Venus does not seek balance in a rigid way, she creates it through beauty, harmony, and the restoration of peace. Combined with justice, this means that your decisions in the coming days carry more weight not because they are forced, but because they are crafted with intention. It's a time to make choices with both intellect and grace, to consider not only what is correct, but what will nurture the harmony you value so deeply. In practical terms, if you are working in business, creative fields, law, or education, this energy can manifest as a promotion, a successful contract, or the positive conclusion of a negotiation. If you have been under evaluation, whether in a formal review or a competitive process, the likelihood of being chosen is high, not by chance, but because your abilities match exactly what is needed. The key here is to stand ready to accept the role or responsibility without downplaying your readiness. For those nurturing personal projects, this is what can be called a fertile season. Efforts you've sown, ideas drafted months ago, relationships cultivated with care, even disciplines you've kept quietly to yourself are now reaching the point where results begin to show. Much like the agricultural cycle, the planting stage is invisible to most, but the harvest is undeniable. This is when you see the connection between small, consistent actions and significant outcomes. Symbolically, the colors of turquoise and soft pink can act as subtle amplifiers of your current vibration. Turquoise is associated with clarity of thought and honest communication, allowing you to express yourself with both confidence and diplomacy. Soft pink fosters receptivity and emotional balance, helping you stay open while maintaining your boundaries. Even simple adjustments in your environment, like introducing these colors into your workspace, can support your mental and emotional alignment. Numerology adds another layer of insight. The recurring presence of the number 6 speaks to the nurturing of relationships and the creation of stability in your personal life. It asks you to keep your commitments to family and those who depend on your consistency. The number 8, linked to prosperity and authority, reinforces the idea that your material and financial worlds are ready to expand. Together, 6 and 8 suggest a season where love and responsibility are not at odds with success and abundance, they are intertwined. The essence of this justice cycle is not just about receiving rewards, but about integrating them in a way that sustains you. This is why, even amid recognition, there is a call for humility and grounded action. Take note of how you arrived here through persistence, integrity, and alignment, and let that be the model for your next steps. The clearer you are about your values, the easier it becomes to make decisions that honor both yourself and the collective good. This moment invites you to see your life as a carefully balanced equation, one where each decision tips the scale toward more harmony or more discord. With the archetype of justice guiding you, the path ahead becomes less about guessing and more about knowing. The work you've done is not just paying off, it's positioning you for the next chapter where your influence, choices, and presence can create ripples well beyond your immediate circle. Sometimes life shifts direction in a single moment, and while it can feel unsettling at first, it is often the universe's way of bringing you back into alignment with your truest path. For Libra, whose entire essence thrives on balance and measured decision-making, this kind of sudden reset is not a disruption to fear, it is a recalibration to embrace. When a last-minute change in schedule occurs or an unexpected decision lands in your lap, it is a signal that the structure around you is being fine-tuned. You are being invited to pause, reassess, and make the kind of deliberate adjustments that will serve you for the long term. Think of it as a quiet yet powerful upgrade. A sudden shift is not meant to throw you off course, but to reveal where the foundation could be stronger, where systems could be more efficient, or where your boundaries could be clearer. This is the time to revisit your processes, whether that means streamlining the way you work, ensuring that your commitments match your actual capacity, or making sure the agreements you enter are solid and mutually beneficial. It's an opportunity to clear away the small cracks before they expand, to bring more order and clarity into areas that may have been running on autopilot. In the practical realm, this reset energy asks for precision and patience. If you are dealing with contracts, property transactions, or any form of legal or financial agreement, move slowly and mindfully. Read every line, seek trusted counsel, and do not be pressured into rushing. For a Libra, beauty is always important, but beauty without integrity quickly loses its appeal. This is a moment to hold yourself to the higher standard of beautiful and correct, ensuring that what you commit to feels right both aesthetically and ethically. What may feel like a detour is, in truth, a form of protection. These shifts often come just before a new phase begins, ensuring that you enter it with clarity rather than carrying forward unnecessary complications. There's a discipline here, a reminder that your time and energy are precious resources that should be invested only in what aligns with your values. If a door appears to close unexpectedly, look closely. Often it's not the wrong opportunity disappearing, but the right one making space to arrive. This kind of moment also carries a subtle emotional weight. Sudden changes can stir up feelings of frustration or anxiety, particularly if you prefer a steady, predictable pace. But leaning into adaptability, while keeping your standards intact, is where you reclaim your sense of control. It's about responding thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively, about letting the initial wave of surprise pass before making your next move. In many ways, these realignments are like the small course corrections a pilot makes mid-flight. The destination hasn't changed, but the route is refined to avoid turbulence and ensure a smoother landing. And while you may not see the full picture in the moment, there is a quiet reassurance in knowing that these adjustments are leading you somewhere more stable, more aligned, and more fitting for who you are becoming. So as you navigate this reset, hold steady in your center. Let clarity be your guide, patience be your anchor, and discernment be your filter. Trust that even in the quick changes, there is an underlying order, a greater harmony at work. When the dust settles, you will find yourself not only back in balance, but elevated, standing on a foundation that is not just beautiful to look at, but strong enough to carry you into the next chapter with confidence. There's a certain magic in preparing yourself to receive before the blessing even arrives, and it's not about wishful thinking, it's about shifting your inner world so that when the opportunity comes, it has a place to land. For Libra, this is especially important because your energy naturally seeks harmony. If there is doubt, fear, or a sense of lack lingering in your mind, it subtly disrupts that balance and delays what's meant for you. But when you intentionally step into the vibration of gratitude ahead of time, you send out a signal that says, I am ready, I am open, and I trust the timing. This is where the practice of a pre-receiving gratitude ritual becomes so powerful. Begin by clarifying exactly what you're calling in. Think in 3 distinct spheres: your personal aspirations, your work or financial life, and your family or home environment. Writing them down is not just a symbolic act, it's an anchoring process. It takes something intangibly, a thought, a hope, and gives it form in the physical world. The act of writing also forces you to get specific. Instead of vaguely wanting more success, you might write, I have signed the contract for my new position, or I have completed the project that brings recognition. That clarity becomes a magnet. Next, you transform your language from I want to I have. By speaking and writing in the present tense, you bypass the subconscious habit of placing your goals in a perpetual future. Saying, I will have, always puts it out of reach. Saying, I have, aligns you with the reality where it's already true. This isn't pretending, it's training your mind and emotions to align with the outcome so fully that when it arrives, there's no resistance, no disbelief, just acceptance. The final step is signing your name alongside a statement of trust. The phrase, I trust the plan, works because it dissolves the need to control every step. You're not giving up your role in the process, you're releasing the pressure of having to dictate the exact how and when. In doing so, you allow space for the unseen connections, timing, and opportunities to unfold in a way that often surpasses what you could have planned. Think of it like tuning an instrument before a performance. If the strings are loose or misaligned, even the most skilled musician will produce discord. But a well-tuned instrument can create beauty the moment the first note is played. Your inner state works the same way. Gratitude, clarity, and trust tune you to the right frequency, so when life plays its next opportunity, it resonates instead of clashes. I've seen this mirrored in everyday moments of preparation. People often clean their homes before hosting guests, not because the guests demand it, but because it's a way of creating a welcoming space. This ritual of pre-receiving is like that, but for your life, clearing the mental clutter, setting your emotional table, and making sure that when what you've been asking for knocks, the door is already open. The most beautiful part is how this practice begins to change you even before anything tangible shifts. You start to walk through your day with a quiet assurance. Challenges feel lighter because you've already seen yourself on the other side of them. You begin to notice signs and small alignments that reassure you your request is in motion. And this state of noticing, of being present enough to see the stepping stones, becomes a gift in itself. So, as you move forward, hold your pen like a key, your words like an open door, and your signature like a seal on a promise you've made to yourself. This is more than a ritual, it's a declaration that you are both the asker and the receiver, that you are willing to meet life halfway. In that space between the request and the arrival, you become the person who can truly hold and nurture what is given. And when it does arrive, it won't feel like a surprise, it will feel like the natural next step in a journey you've been walking all along. Transitions like this have a way of awakening layers of emotion you might not even realize were there. Whether you are the one staying or the one preparing to go, the heart feels the shift. For the one who remains, there's a delicate balance between missing someone's presence and honoring their need to follow a path that calls to them. Offering your blessing becomes an act of love that transcends the physical space between you. It's not about letting go in a way that erases the connection. It's about lifting that connection into a new form, one built on trust, respect, and the knowledge that growth sometimes requires distance. A simple gesture, like giving them a small keepsake or a note of encouragement, can become a touchstone they carry into their next chapter, a quiet reminder that they are supported no matter where they are. If you are the one stepping away, your role holds its own sacred responsibility. Leaving is not just about walking towards something new. It's about carrying forward the love, lessons, and stability you've received. Taking the time to write a letter of gratitude to your family not only affirms their role in your life but strengthens the invisible bridge that will keep you connected. Promising to care for your health, to share updates, and to maintain small rituals of grounding like a few minutes each morning to center yourself ensures that you step into your new environment with a steady heart. These rituals become your anchor when everything else feels in motion. In the middle of all this change, there is often a quiet whisper of reassurance that comes in unexpected ways. It might be the melody of a song you haven't heard in years that suddenly plays at just the right moment, stirring a memory of comfort and hope. It could be the repetition of certain numbers like 1111 or 12:21 appearing on clocks, receipts, or street signs, just as you're thinking about what's next. These are subtle markers, gentle nudges that you are not navigating this shift in isolation. They are signs that the timing of your life is aligning with something larger than the immediate details you can see. What makes this part of the journey so rich is that it deepens your capacity to both give and receive. By sending someone off with genuine blessing, you practice releasing control and trusting in their ability to thrive. By stepping into a new space while holding on to gratitude, you keep your own energy open to support, opportunity, and unexpected joy. Both roles, staying and going, ask you to stand in the truth of your connection while also making space for evolution. It's worth remembering that relationships are living things. They adapt, they stretch, they take on new shapes as life unfolds. The person you love today will not be the exact same person when you meet again after time apart, and that's the beauty of it. The experiences they gather will become stories, wisdom, and memories that enrich the bond you share. And you, too, will grow in ways that make the eventual reunion, whether in person or in spirit, all the more meaningful. So, in this season, allow your goodbyes to be infused with hope rather than heaviness. Let your gestures, be it a blessing, a promise, or a simple acknowledgement, serve as seeds that will continue to grow long after this moment passes. Trust that the rhythm of connection does not falter with distance. It transforms, carrying you both toward the places you are meant to be. And when the signs appear, the song, the numbers, the perfectly timed message, pause and let them remind you that you are exactly where you need to be, and the story is still unfolding in your favor. Libra, as we come to the close of this reading, I want you to pause and truly feel where you are right now. You are standing at a threshold that is both an ending and a beginning, a sacred transition that asks you to step forward with trust and openness. A chapter of your life is gently closing, not because you have failed, but because you have grown beyond its walls. And ahead, another chapter, larger, richer, more aligned with who you are, beckoning, just ready to open at exactly the right time. The signs are already gathering around you, the long-awaited news, the opportunity that carries your name, the shift in your family dynamic that sets new patterns in motion. Even the movement of a loved one, whether they are stepping into their own calling or returning from a journey, forms part of a larger design that supports both of your paths. The invitation before you is simple, but powerful. trust. Trust that what is unfolding has been shaped by more than just circumstance. Trust that you have been prepared for this moment through every challenge, every choice, every lesson you've carried forward. Trust that gratitude before receiving is not just a spiritual ideal, but a practical force that draws the right opportunities toward you. When you combine faith in the process with genuine thankfulness for what is already on its way, you bring your inner balance into perfect alignment with the universe's timing. So I want you to ask yourself, what is the door you are ready to walk through? What have you been holding in your heart, quietly hoping for, that you now choose to welcome as if it is already here? What action, however small, can you take today to affirm that you are prepared to receive? And when you think of the blessings to come, can you name them with certainty, or will you let them remain unspoken wishes? I encourage you to write them down, speak them aloud, and claim them as part of your reality now, not someday. Remember, you are not a passive observer of your destiny. You are an active participant, shaping your experience through your thoughts, your choices, and the way you respond to change. This is your moment to step into that power with grace. The circumstances may not always look the way you imagined, but that does not make them any less perfect for your growth. The more you release the need to control every detail, the more you create space for life to surprise you in the best possible ways. Before you go, I want to thank you deeply for sharing this space with me today. Your presence here means more than you know. Every like, every comment, every subscription to Zodiac Whisper Tarot strengthens this community and allows me to continue bringing you messages designed to uplift, guide, and inspire. You are part of something bigger here, a circle of people choosing to live with more awareness, more intention, and more heart. I invite you to confirm your connection to this message by leaving a comment below with the words, "I am ready to receive what is meant for me." Not only does it affirm your readiness, but it also sends a ripple of intention into the world. So as you leave this reading and return to your day, carry this truth with you. You have the ability to meet the unknown with courage and the power to welcome what is right for you. Keep your heart open, your mind clear, and your gratitude active. The door in front of you is not just any door, it is the right one, and it is opening for you now. You are ready, Libra, and the universe is ready to meet you there.